February 12th, Super Bowl weekend. Doing a solo mission today. Actually, there's a small craft advisory up until 2 p.m. for the next couple of hours, and when I got into the marina, the wind was absolutely dead, so I was a little bit bummed out. I wanted a little bit of a breeze, but actually, the afternoon breeze is starting to come up a little bit here in Hurricane Gulch. About 20 till 1, we're just at Angel's Gate. And the engine's off. So I've got the main up, I've got a little finessing to do with the sails, get things in trim, maybe put out 1 or 2 of the head sails. So we made the decision today to do a solo run to Newport Beach. So we're gonna try and take advantage of the wind, get some sailing in, the engine's off. Sail a little deep. I don't want to screw around with the spinnaker pole single-handed, so I'm not going to put the Jetto out. Let's see what we got here. But we're doing 5 knots. I think we can go ahead and screw with the staysail. What the hell? Oh, canvas, baby. How are we doing? 5.3, so 5 knots and some change. Look at this beautiful day. Got Atlantic Island over there and LA Gate behind us. Look at this, it doesn't get much better. 5 knots under sail. The water is flat. Super smooth, clear, gorgeous day. And I think our high today is around 86 degrees. Not too shabby for the 12th of February. Tomorrow the Super Bowl is likely going to be the hottest on record. Might be close to 90 degrees in LA. Pretty crazy, but I'll take it. All right, pop quiz. Who's got the right of way? This boat to our port or keel dragger? Well, the answer is keel dragger. Keel dragger always has the right of way, but in this condition, one, we're sailing, two, it looks like he's motor sailing. Two, we're on his starboard side. Three, we're clearly on a starboard tack and under sail only. All right, for all you haters that get pissed off because I motor all the time, a couple observations. Full canvas up, sails up, engine off. We're sailing, doing 5 knots. This guy's got his main up and he's running his engine and he's towing a center console dinghy behind him, powering, motor sailing. I'm not judging. He probably wants to get there while it's still daylight. If I were a more adventurous soul, I'd have the ASIM out today. You know, it's doable. It's some work in light conditions like this. Actually, be perfect to try and throw up the ASIM, but you know, right now we're probably a little better than 90 degrees apparent. I took her up a little bit so we can get past these oil rigs up ahead of us. So we're gonna try and stay towards the outside of the anchorage here as we head to Newport. So we're probably about 30-35 degrees off of our waypoint for Newport Beach Light, but that's fine. We'll get past these guys up here, and then we'll see if we can drop down a little bit more and run a little bit deeper course. It's about 2:30. Throwing the towel, so we're motor sailing now. I've got the engine running. We're doing a little less than 3 knots, and as I feared, the wind died down a little bit. We started going a little slower, and our time to arrive, so our time to destination at the Newport Beach Light outside of the entrance to Newport Beach, it's looking like it was going to be about 6:30 p.m. or so at our previous speed, which would be after sunset, and we really don't want to make a night approach. Another thing I should have mentioned is, see this one cargo ship coming in. So they're just coming into the anchorage outside the shipping lanes, as is this large tanker that you see, and we're right on the outside of these oil platforms. So I decided to go ahead and stay inside the oil platform, so I wasn't in shipping lanes, which is good because you see a couple of large ships coming in. So definitely not much traffic here, and not too many boats anchored relative to what we had, you know, a couple 3 months ago, where this was just all completely filled with boats. Here after 3:30 you can get a better view of Newport Beach in front of us. There's Huntington Beach. Our ETA to Newport Beach Light is 4:30 p.m. Right as planned, 4:30 p.m. We're just coming up on the Newport Beach Light buoy outside of the entrance to Newport Beach. You can see we're getting a little more traffic. All right, 5 after 5, anchor's down. We're kind of on the edge of the anchorage here. Maybe a little inside the anchorage, but I wanted to keep some distance from these other boats. This is the life. Cheers. At 2:30 a.m. It got pretty quiet here. About, say, 8:30 p.m. and it went from party town to pretty quiet. Interesting sensation. You can hear the waves crash on the other side of the island. Morning, just a little bit past 7:30. See everyone in the anchorage bugged out except for me and this other boat. We're gonna head out. I see light single digit winds. Looks like a little bit actually coming from the east right now. I don't know how much sailing we're gonna get in today. It looks like it's gonna be pretty light forecast. You ever had any questions about what the holding is like in Newport Beach? Mud, 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 and more mud. Wooly, looks like Wooly on the paddleboard coming in hot. Normally don't let paddleboarders on the boat because you already know before they get to the boat that they're empty-handed, not carrying beer. 10 till 9, slight delay. Got a chance to chat with the infamous Wooly a little bit, and a nice tour of the harbor here at Newport Beach. We're just making our way outside the breakwaters here. Jetties, whatever you'd like to call them. I can't see any noticeable swell whatsoever. So we get out there, and I think it's just going to be flat motoring all the way back, which is fine. All right, we've got the mainsail up. We have wind still on our nose, so we're still pushing pretty high, maybe 30 degrees, a little inside of that, so not much sailing at this point, but may get a little lift off the mainsail, so we'll go ahead and keep her up, see how we do for a little bit. It's supposed to be more like 5 to 10, variable than 5 to 10 from the west, so the wind's going to shift. I don't expect there to be much sailing. Being said, we'll give it a shot. All right, we're sailing. 10 a.m. So this is what ghosting along at 2.5 knots looks like. Pretty peaceful. Pretty having the sails up. You listen real closely. All you can hear is the autopilot turning the wheel. You can hear the water maker running right now. And a little bit of gentle sound with the water lapping the hull. And because this wind's light and fluky, occasionally you hear the sails luffing. The question for me becomes, at what point do I decide just to cut bait with sailing and fire up the engine? When I see speed over ground consistently under 2 knots, knowing that the wind's going to shift over to the west means that we're likely going to have super light variable stuff, and we're just going to be kind of drifting along for a while. So I was hoping to take advantage of what little I got, but at this point I think it's pretty clear that we're just drifting along and it's going to take us forever to get home. So we're going to go ahead and fire up the engine. 11 o'clock. As expected, the wind's now starting to fill in from a little bit more of a west direction. So we're now in the port tack. Move the Traveler a little bit to port. Wind's still pretty much on our nose, but we should get maybe a little bit more west. So we'll see how it works as we're coming in. Right off these oil platforms, you see that tanker is the Jose de Petrosino, and they are headed to Long Beach doing about 8 knots. I'm seeing a CPA of about just a hair under 2.5 miles their current course. So these guys are either going to go straight into Long Beach or they're going to anchor. My plan is to keep an eye on them, but what we'll probably wind up doing is going to port just once we get past this other oil platform and cutting behind these guys. We're past the offshore oil platforms and we're starting to make our approach towards Angel's Gate now. A lot of dolphins feeding over here, it looks like. Coming up at Angel's Gate. Wouldn't you know it, just about every time. 15 knots of apparent wind. Alright, so we're gonna head up just a little bit. We'll get past this power cat or whatever's coming out here. Then we'll take a hitch port, get out of the channel and dump the main and motor in.